Welcome to the next episode of The Forgotten Ones. It's my series where I talk about the projects that didn't get finished. They could be sewing, they could be knitting, could be a number of things. Today we're going to talk about this pile. So if you want to find out what all of this is, keep watching. Right away, I'm going to apologize for all of the crinkling noises you're just about to hear. It is the plastic bags. This is how I store my toiles and the patterns that go with them. Might not be the neatest way to do it, but for me it's efficient because I can see what the pattern is and if there's a toile in there. Anyway, what is in my arm? This is a bunch of toiles. So when I decided to do this series, I dug out all my toiles, or the ones I could find anyway. I thought there maybe would be 2, 3. Oh no, there are 7. And that, I don't think is the end of it. I'm pretty sure there's a few others. I can't find them. So, why is the pile so big? Good question. I started a lot of things, didn't finish them. There's a number of reasons, which I did talk about in the dress I'm wearing video, the Haslam square neck dress. There are a number of reasons why I might not finish a toile. Usually it's because the fit, and I literally just need to size up sometimes, and then I don't do it. Something else comes along, I end up doing a different project, which is less work. And then another reason might be I put it on and I either hate the way it looks on my body or I just don't like the style. Like I think when I, initially start the pattern, I've seen it on other people. I think that style is amazing. And then I put it on and I'm like, this style does not go with my personality or any of that stuff. My wardrobe, whatever. And then those are the main reasons, actually. Sometimes I just don't have the fabric. That's another reason. And then it gets forgotten because, I intended on going that week to get fabric. Didn't happen for some reason. And then when I do go fabric shopping, I buy fabric for something else. And then, anyways. There's a number of reasons why, projects get discarded or set aside or forgotten. So in this series, what I'm going to do is go through each of these patterns and either fix them, finish them, or fix them and finish them, or make a decision not to continue on and scrap the project. Because unfortunately, not everything is meant to be completed for whatever reason, right? So, there are going to be a bunch of clips coming up where I talk about each of these individual patterns, and I'm going to show you them on Bunty. I'm going to talk about what she's got on right now in a moment, and I'm going to talk about specifically why I put the toile aside. Oh, and I've had questions about that. Why I use toile. Toile is the word that I've always been taught. So toile means mock-up, basically. It's the same thing, right? It's a French word. It just means mock-up. But toile is the word I've been taught, and that's the word I just tend to use. So I'm sorry if that confused anybody. But yeah, so in the video, I'm going to go through each one of these individually. And yeah, so I'm going to put this pile down and talk about what Bunty is wearing right now. So what Bunty has on right now is a top called the Bare Shoulder top. It is from Subversive Femme. She has a lot of great patterns over there. I highly recommend that you go and buy. She's got knitting patterns, sewing patterns. Go buy them. I think she has a few ebooks over there too for like, she used to have one for like an Italian draft at home system, a few other things like that. I think she sometimes also does sell originals, but I'm not 100% sure. So that's what this is, and this is the Loretta shorts from Bunty, year 1 of her Patreon, so that would have been 2020. This is toile number 2. So I'm gonna, in the video again, talk in depth about both of these patterns and the pile. But I just wanted to show you what she had on, and this, so initially, I thought this was the first toile. This is the square neck Haslam dress. I thought this was the first toile that I redid. The, you know, forgotten toile. It is actually the second one. The first one that I redid was the pencil skirt, which I sewed, like it's finished, sort of. I am not including that in this video because it was completed. However, it is too big. When I first made that pattern, the skirt, and the reason it got pushed aside was that skirt toile was too tight in the belly area. And I was meant to size up or do a full, either that or do a full, like, full tummy adjustment. Didn't happen. Then recently I tried on a bunch of my summer garments because of my weight loss. Nothing in my closet's fitting. Not a complaint, just a result. And I realized I'm not going to have anything to wear for summer. So dresses are easy, put a belt on. I made a bunch of pants and shorts last summer, so I tried them all on. They're going to have to get altered. There's a video coming about that. And I thought, let me try on the toile again for the pencil skirt, because that would be cute to have those, a few of those for summer. The toile was too big. However, I then, slightly too big at the time when I cut it out. I then cut out good fabric, and then that project sat there since November of last year, I believe. Then I thought the other day, I'm like, I'm just going to sew it up. Pencil skirts are easy to alter. Like, I just take it in the sides. Sewed it up the other day, put it on. Way too big. So that is now going to be part of a different project, which is taking things that are too big and altering them, or renovating them to fit me again. So that is why it is not included in the pile of toiles. But without further ado, let's move on to the clips where I talk about all of the toiles and what I'm going to do with them. So I'm going to start with the one that annoys me the most, and not because of the pattern or the top or how it came out. It's the bottom one there. It is Historical Stitches, Vintage Pattern Series 1013, Bare Arm Blouses. This is over at Subversive Femme. I actually plan on making one of each. What annoys me about this pattern was, or is, I made, now this is very wrinkled, it does need a good iron, but what annoys me about this is I made a wearable toile, and I've not worn it. And I did the little standing collar, forgotten what it was called, and so I've tried it on. It is a wee bit big on me, but it's going to get tucked into something. Pencil skirt, circle skirt, shorts, pants, whatever. one, I just need to wear it, and two, I have tons of fabric in my stash that can be used to make a couple more of these. So, and this is a very fast sew, incredibly fast. So, yeah, that one is 100% getting done very soon. So next up is the Loretta shorts. This was from 2020, from Gertie's Patreon, which I gotta tell you, Patreon got a lot of us through the beginning of the pandemic, being able to just make things, whether or not we could wear them out. But I made the Loretta shorts. This is the second. I've just put it on Bunty over top of the blouse there. So kind of like bunched up there, but this was the second of the shorts that I made of the toiles. The first one was way too tight, even though I thought it was my size. I went up a size, and I think what the problem was, it needed a crotch adjustment, and I felt that it was just slightly too short in the rear for me. Now, I tried this toile on again, and it fits me beautifully. However, I personally think it's just slightly too short. I'm going to add 1.5 to 2 inches in length overall. And I think these will be perfect. And I have fabric also to make these. So I don't need to do another toile. I just need to add a little length. And actually what I'll do is I'll compare them to my other shorts, my pink shorts that I made, just for lengthwise, and yeah, I think just adding a little length to it will be perfect. And I also have fabric to make culottes, because I think the Loretta shorts lengthened would make super cute culottes, so I'm going to do that as well. So these are 100% going to be done. I just need to dig out the fabric, iron it, and cut out the pattern. Next up, also from Subversive Femme, is the Pake Muu dress. It's pattern number 1024. This toile's been done for a while, actually. Now, when I originally made this toile, it was too tight here. It fit me in the bust area, the hip area was fine, around the belly was just too tight and too obvious that I had a belly. And so I was gonna actually redo the toile and size up. I think why I kept hesitating was it does take quite a bit of fabric. And then I was like, do I do a long one? Do I do a shorter version? And I thought this would also be very cute as a hip length top with a pair of capri type pants, which I think I'm still going to do. Then losing weight again, I tried this on as I was trying on all my toiles. This fits me perfectly now. This does not have an obvious belly showing. The hips are even, before the hips fit, they were snug, but they weren't uncomfortable. Now it's loose. So this is getting made. I do have fabric for it. Also, I think I want to do multiple versions of this. So as I said, I want to do a shorter version. I definitely want to do a hip length top because I think with capris that would be super cute. I also want to figure out a way to do shorter sleeves on this because right now these are these beautiful long sleeves, but I want to do similar. It's how it's opening up here, but up here. I just want to end it around here. So I'm going to figure out those sleeves, because I think, only because, and the reason I'm saying this, if I'm going to wear this as a dress, long sleeves are going to be too hot. In Toronto, in our summers, it gets really stupidly hot and humid. Now, Bex has made this and worn it. They're in Australia. I know it gets way hotter there, and she says she's comfortable. I think it depends on what fabric I use. That's a big deal, right? Like, you gotta make sure you're using the right fabric to stay cool in this. But so this is ready to go. Again, I just need to cut out the good fabric, make a decision on if I'm going to do a shorter version, the full long version, you know. Also, I think 100% there's going to be a top done, but anyway. So this one is also ready to go. Okay, next up is the multiple version tops. 4784 bust 34. I did the bottom one, the round neck. So this toile is a bit of a mess because it really needs to be ironed. It's just been crumpled in the bag for quite a while. So this original pattern was a 38. At the time, I was around a 42 bust. I'm closer to a 40 now, I think. I had to grade this up because there was no way at that time at 30 it was going to fit me, and this was too big. It came out more like a 44. It was falling off my shoulders. As you can see on Bunty, it's gonna come off her shoulders. The neckline, it looks kind of yucky because it does need to get ironed. Anyway, all three of the tops are cute, and my intention was to use them as just bodices, but I think I'm gonna do them as tops now. So this was a bodice length. That's how I cut it. The top length I think comes down to about here. So you can actually tuck it into something, like a high-waisted something. I'm going to redo this toile, but in a 38, because there is quite a bit of ease in the, let me just get it, in the actual top, there is ease in there, so I am in fact going to do the 38 to see how well that fits me. I do eventually want to do all three versions of this, so yeah, this has to get recut, the pattern has to get recut, like it's just literally gonna like fall off the shoulder kind of thing. It's way too big. I made it way too wide. Anyway, so I'm going to start from scratch with this one. But this I want to make all of these, but this one 100% has to be started, go back to the beginning and start from scratch. Okay, so next up is the Betty dress from Sew Over It. I had such high hopes for this. Oh my god, and such disappointment. Anyway, so it is the, it has like a bit of a scoop neck, roundish scoop neck and a V back. It's such a cute dress. I made it in my size. Like, I measured myself, went with the measurements from the pattern. This came out way too tight. I couldn't breathe too tight. And I had I've taken it out because I reused the zipper, but I put a zipper in, just to try it on. And, it was just too tight everywhere. And I don't know, I just, and again, I checked the measurements, I checked the pattern. I don't know what happened because my friend Lori also made this dress in her size, fit her fine. I don't know what happened. Anyway, again, I've tried this toile on now. It fits me fine. As a matter of fact, it fits me. It looks beautiful on me now. So definitely going to be making this. I'm going to do a gathered skirt. I know that the pattern itself calls for a circle skirt. I don't know, maybe I'll do a circle skirt. I don't know why I don't do circle skirts. I should. Maybe I'll do one in a like a gathered skirt and one in a circle skirt. I don't know. We'll see. But that is the Betty bodice from Sew Over It. You know, now maybe I can hopefully get over my disappointment and make this. Oh, the one other thing I did find, again, messy toile because it's not been ironed. It's been bunched up for years. I did find the armholes a little snug, so I think I might have to just scoop out a little bit of the armhole just to make it fit me, but that was another issue. That's minor though, that's easy to fix, so. Especially because I'm not putting a sleeve on it, it's sleeveless. I would just have to make sure the facing fits with the change. Anyways, that's the Betty bodice. Before I move on to the other final toile, this is the picnic top. I'm not doing this one, and I'll tell you why. Because it is very much similar to the square neck Haslam dress that I've completed that I've talked about turning into a blouse, so I would like lengthen it. It's a very similar look. I know in the picnic top it's a higher neck, more squared off, and there is a bit of a square neck in the back. Otherwise, it is the same top. So, because this already fits me beautifully, there's no point me finishing that pattern. Now, with the picnic top, I do have a finished toile. I don't know where it is. It did not fit me. It was way too small. And then I did cut out another one. I'm not even going to waste my time sewing it up because, again, I'm making a top from this dress. So it would just be a waste of time to finish that toile. And it's a crop top, and I'm not comfortable wearing crop tops, so I'm not even going to bother at this point. So I'm just that one's going to be discarded. I'm not doing that one. Now, let's move on to the final toile. Let us talk about the Claire top. It's a wrap top. This is not a wrap top. What happened was, I did the wrap top. I was not happy with the wrap top. I did not like how it looked on me. So in my genius, I thought I'm going to turn this into a regular not wrap top. So this is toile number 2. So I made it longer. Well, I tried it on, I tried fixing it, I tried doing all these adjustments to it, nothing worked. Here's why it didn't work. This pattern piece, or the pattern pieces, were cut to be a wrap top. I even added some fabric into it. Yeah. This is not cut to be a regular top. So, the reason I did not like the original one was because it was too small. I got the medium pattern from Subversive Femme, which was for a 34-36 bust. I was a 42 at the time. And it was way too small, so I tried to grade it up, and I did not do a very good job. And what I did instead, again, I tried to make a top out of it. Did not work. Total disaster. So I did find a larger version of this wrap top. I'm determined to make a wrap top work for me. So it is a 38-40 bust, if I remember correctly. I have to dig it out. I am going to retry this top. I really want to make this top work. So it is actually being added to the pile of let's try to make it work. So here are the toiles. Picnic top, not happening. The ones that are ready to go are the Loretta shorts. They fit me beautifully now. I just have to add a little length to them, but I can do that as I'm making the pattern, the final pattern. The Pake Muu is ready to go. I just have to decide on length and what I'm going to do about the sleeves. Ready to go. I want to do both two versions, this one and the bigger collar. I mean, I do want to do all three, to be honest, but that has to be redone from scratch because it's way too big. That is ready to go. I don't have dress quantity fabric, so I am going to need to buy fabric, although I think this would be cute color blocked. One color at the top, one on the bottom, or like a pattern fabric at the top, plain at the bottom, vice versa. I don't know. Anyway, that is ready to go. I just don't have fabric. That has to be done from scratch. I just need to find the large version of this pattern. And there is one more pattern missing. It is a keyhole wrap top. I have, I've done 2 or 3 toiles for that one to get the neck. The neck was too tight. I do not know where that is. I have to do more digging, and if I can find that, that means I have in total 7 toiles to finish. And then I think I've got all my toiles done. All right. Those are the toiles. And Bunty and I are back. Oh, I've had a question. Why is she called Bunty? Well, one of my favorite television fashion icons is Bunty Windermere, who unfortunately she was on Father Brown. She's not on the series anymore. She is Lady Felicia's niece, and I absolutely love that character. I loved everything she wore because she was also a curvy girl, so that was very appealing for me. So that's why I named my tailor form Bunty. So, now that you've seen all the toiles, and now that you've seen my plans for all of the toiles, I need your help. I don't know which one to start with. I mean, probably the summer things would be probably at the top of the list, like these things. However, I want you to help me out, and you tell me what toile I should make first, and even second or third. And then whichever of those gets the most votes is the one I'm going to start with. And then I'll do a video about it as well. So, please, help me deal with all my languishing projects. Alright, vote below. Let me know if you have any projects, sewing or knitting or whatever, that got pushed aside and why. Are you going to pick them up and start them again? Have I inspired you? Yeah, and I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, comment below, nice comments only. I do have a membership for this channel now. It doesn't cost you very much, it's only a few dollars, and there are perks to being a monthly member, along with helping out my channel. So yeah. Off to see if I can find more toiles to add to the pile. And until next time, stay kitschy. Oh, by the way, I do sell t-shirts that have the Stay Kitschy saying on them, and they're in a shocking pink. So I'll link that below. I would love it if you bought one. Bye!